Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to take a look inside of this very interesting guitar. It's some kind of 1950s or early 60s Fender Strato Telecaster, and if you want to see the full demo and review video, I posted it last week. It's actually a really great sounding guitar. And I want to thank everyone who put their 2 cents in on what you thought this guitar is. Most people did think it's a vintage parts caster of some kind. There were quite a few comments about this neck being a fake, and I don't believe that's the case. I think it's a very early Stratocaster neck, and hopefully today we can prove that. So I've actually got a surprise for you guys as well, so let's go and check it out. All right, so this is my new workbench. Finally, I've got all my tools set up so I can get to work repairing some old guitars, but also I've got this new overhead camera set up so you guys can see exactly what I'm working on, and I think this is gonna be really cool going forward. So we're gonna take a look at these pickups, see if they're original, possibly find some pot date codes. I need to see what the damage is under this hardtail bridge because there is a pretty rough repair on the back, as you can see there. And maybe we will find some original finish and a body date on this body, depending on what year it is. But for me, the most interesting part is this neck because I do believe it to be 1957 or earlier. When I purchased the guitar, I had a photo of the neck heel, and there is definitely a date there, but also a signature that could make this guitar really interesting. So let's first take off the neck and see what we got. And that's the 63,000 serial number neck plate, which designates late 60, early 61. That might be what the body is. All right. Here we are. And if you take a look here, we've got, well, first we got a couple shims that are not factory, but definitely old. And then we've got what looks like original finish here in the neck pocket, kind of that yellowy blonde color. Kind of looks like early 50s Tele Blackguard color, but I still don't think that's what this guitar is. But yeah, you can see it there. Pretty cool. There's like a little pencil line in there, so that's original, and that's a good sign. Now onto the neck here, we've got a little pencil mark there, and a few signs on the back of this neck that are important. So on some of these early Strats, there were these circular lines around the mounting holes. I don't know what these are from. They're present on a lot of these old Stratocasters, so that's a good sign. And this is your router jig hole, so everything here looks factory. And then, let's see if I can show you guys. The truss rod, there is some kind of issue going on with this, which I've got to figure out, but we do have a pencil date here, and it says XA8-5, and then the last digit, I really can't see. I don't know if I had a black light, maybe I could see that. Here is the thing. So this individual with initials XA, he was a worker at the Fender factory, and he pretty much exclusively signed only 1956 Fender necks. And I don't know if that was just the only period he was on that assembly line signing necks, but it is a very interesting detail because Eric Clapton's 1956 Brownie Stratocaster had an XA neck, and what's so weird about this whole guitar is that Clapton actually put that neck on a Tele body when he was in Blind Faith, and that was a 56 XA neck on a later Tele body. So a very weird coincidence. So yeah, this really makes it interesting to me, and these are little details that I love to find. So let's see if we can get this truss rod nut to back out of here. Hopefully it's not frozen. And it looks like it is turning, so that's a good sign, but I don't know why. I'm not sure why, if the truss rod is fine, why would they just leave it backed out halfway? I'm not sure, but here is the truss rod nut. You know, it's got some damage to the front here, but overall it seems to be in decent condition. I can see the threads in there and they look fine. So I don't know. It's better to back it out first and then take a look and see what's going on rather than trying to, you know, screw it back in there. But just in looking at it, it seems okay. I thought there might be some washers in there, but there's nothing rattling around. So not exactly sure what they were doing there, but at least it doesn't look like a nightmare. So the other thing I wanted to do for you guys was take some measurements of this neck, because what I really love about this neck is it has a very thin C-shaped profile, much like my 59 Strat, and that's just kind of what feels best to me. And I think there is kind of some mythology on, you know, 50s Stratocaster necks or early Strat necks being really big, maybe, you know, baseball bats, or, you know, 57s were definitely a very big V shape, but this is a 56 and it's really quite thin. Now, this has been planed to a 9.5 inch radius. So we're gonna try to take a look and see, you know, how much has been taken off of here and what kind of profile we've got. So let's take a look at the first fret here. At the first fret, we've got about 0.8 inches. That's pretty thin. That's pretty thin. That's like 59 Strat territory. At the 12th fret, we're at 0.95-ish. Let's make sure I got this on here right. 0.95, 0.94. Usually they're getting close to a full inch depth here at the 12th fret, so maybe that gives us an idea of how much it's been slimmed down. But then at the end of the neck here, it should be 1 inch depth, and it's 0.96. So really, I think that's pretty good. I was worried this neck was really shaved down because you can see the walnut plug there, but I don't think it's been shaved down that much. So, all right, let's move on to the body and see what we've got going on here. Now I'm going to speed up this process because we are on video. I apologize. All right, so I don't think this is a valuable pick guard. I think this is some kind of, I don't know, handmade or reissue piece, and it's already cracked, but yeah. And here we've got some pretty clean route work that's original, and the original blonde finish inside. I'll zoom in for you guys here. This looks like the original pickup to me, and the cloth wiring, definitely original. It is rather tight, so yeah, I don't think I can pull this pickup out as it is without unsoldering it, but everything there looks good. Now onto the bridge pickup here with this very unique pick guard. Oh. Well, so here's another surprise. Unfortunately, this wood missing right here, that is a route. I don't know why you would do that. Hopefully you guys can see that there. That's, I mean, I don't know why you would do that. That's kind of unusual and really unfortunate, because I can see right here there is a pencil mark where there would have been a body date. So that looks like a 5 and a dash to me. You know, you got to get it in the right light. But, you know, theoretically there would have been the year written right here, and that's gone. So, I mean, it does put this body probably late 50s, early 60s, because they stopped doing the body dates. So it is what it is, but kind of unfortunate. Oh well. The pickup, it looks original as far as I can tell. I'm not an expert on tele pickups, but this cloth wiring is definitely original. You know, again, consistent with 50s, early 60s. So I can't exactly tell quite yet, but it does have staggered pull pieces. So this is not like an early flat pull pickup. Now moving on to the control cavity here. First standout issue is we've got a replaced cap here, but this is an original 3-way switch, and they started to use a different one in the 60s. So this is an early switch, and then these pots look original. They do have a date code on them, and they're actually 250K pots, which is interesting. So this one dates to the 20th week of 1961. That could be the date of this telly body. Everything else lines up with that. So yeah, that's probably what we've got here based on the pot date codes. Now for the final part, let's take a look at under this hardtail bridge, and I don't know, let's see what we find. All right, so this is a 50s or 60s hardtail bridge. You can see patent pending saddles on all of these. They have been re-chromed except for this one here, which is interesting, but the plate itself looks original to me, but possibly re-chromed. And all of these adjustment screws are replaced. You can see they are flathead screws, and they've come up with some spacer here on the end. So, all right, and now looking at the body, I would say this is not worst case scenario, but I don't know, first of all, why you would go through the trouble of putting a hardtail bridge on there, but I mean, you can see where I believe the original Telecaster bridge screws would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so they've moved them to here. It must be because of the intonation. I don't understand, but I was worried that this block was going all the way through, which it's not, so I guess that's a plus, but you know, ultimately this is not the best repair job. It doesn't blend in very well, but it must be, you know, it's not the full depth of the body, so I don't know. I may leave that up to somebody else to fix. That's what we've got. I think we went over everything here. I believe we've got a late 60, 61 telly body. We can't determine the date exactly because we've only got a partial body date, unfortunately, but we do have all of the original finish in the cavities, original blonde, and part of a body date, so we do know it's, you know, 50s or early 60s. So it's still a valuable telly body. And then we've got a 56 Stratocaster neck XA, which that's the coolest part for me. And not only that, but just a great playing neck. Feels great. You know, for me, as I'm figuring out kind of what I like out of my guitar and what, plays the best for me, it seems to be kind of these thinner necks like this. So, you know, around 0.8 inches at the first fret. That's probably about perfect. So this is a really great neck, and I'm going to get to work refretting this neck over the next few weeks, and you know, fix these dots and make sure the truss rod is all right. That's another issue, but so I may be doing some repair work on this neck going forward. I don't know how much that interests you guys, but you know, you can let me know what your interest would be in that. So I think that's it. I want to say thank you guys very much. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know so I can do more. Tell me what you think about this cool overhead setup. It looks pretty cool from my angle, so I'll see once I get to editing this video. But so thanks for watching. I've got some more cool gear coming here on the channel. I've got some cool vintage amps that I finally got up and running, so that'll be fun to demo, and definitely a couple more guitars I've already picked up. So plenty to work on here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.